Hey guys, tonight we're drifting into one of history's quieter corners, where ordinary people were swept into witchcraft accusations, but somehow slipped back out again. So just settle in, dim the lights, and let's float through the softer side of a world that often forgot how to use basic logic. Most people imagine the witch hunts as an endless parade of torches and angry crowds, but the truth is that many accused individuals survived through a mixture of luck, social awkwardness, and the medieval equivalent of everyone being too tired to deal with paperwork. One of the most common paths to survival was simply having a neighbor speak up and say, "Yeah, she's weird, but she's not that weird." Small communities had their own strange balance. Everyone suspected each other of everything. But they also needed each other to borrow firewood or complain about the weather. So accusations sometimes fizzled out because nobody wanted extra drama. Another quiet escape route came from local priests who, despite not being experts in anything except long Latin sentences, occasionally stepped in and mumbled something like, "Let's just pray about it," which was medieval code for "let's please not start another mess this week." Many accused people survived because the village had already dealt with one accusation that month, and everyone felt emotionally exhausted by the whole process. Some people survived by leaning into the stereotype so calmly that it confused the accusers. If someone said, "She talks to plants," and the accused woman gently replied, "Yes, they're my friends," the court sometimes lost interest because the goal wasn't to find actual witches, but to find someone who reacted dramatically. Quiet confidence was apparently kryptonite for witch hunters. Others lived because they physically couldn't be bothered to move. Elderly women who couldn't walk to the courthouse were often left alone because dragging them across fields felt like too much effort. Even the most dedicated witch hunter had a limit, and it usually arrived when it was raining or when dinner smelled good. And surprisingly, some accused people simply waited long enough for the town to get distracted by something more entertaining, like a goat escaping or a new plague rumor. Fear was a short attention span in historical clothing. If the village panicked about weather patterns, or crops, or a cow behaving suspiciously, the accused person quietly aged out of the spotlight. So the real fate of many accused witches wasn't fire or terror. It was more like drifting through the cracks of a chaotic system powered by gossip, boredom, and people who really needed a hobby. And as we keep floating through their stories, you'll see that survival in witchcraft trials wasn't magical at all. It was usually just everyone else getting tired.